watch, you write something that you will remember. In 2017, statistics shows that 60% of users use passwords like azerty123, or their name plus 123, their name plus 1996. That's the year I was born. Sometimes you install apps from Play Store or Google or iCloud or something like that. I don't remember even. And you give them permissions. Normally, we're so in a hurry to use that app that we never read permissions. We have here an app permission for the brightest flashlight free. I come from the time where I used Galaxy S1 or S2. You have an Android 2.3 or an Android 2, and we don't have flashlight integrated like now. So you have to download an app that enables you to use your flash camera as a flashlight. But that application, brightest flashlight free, get access to your storage, your location, your camera, your phone calls, and even your network communication. So you're basically handling them everything about you. Spotify also gets that, your identity, Wi-Fi connection information, things you send on Facebook or on YouTube or things. And that's what makes Spotify great. It can predict what music you will like. How? Because they know you. They know what you listen, what you read, what you write, what you type, what languages do you speak, what languages do you hear. They know all about it. I'm inviting you here to watch this video. It's a simple demonstration, and it's a real one. This doesn't work. Okay, how private is your personal information? I'm gonna be commenting anything of that because I don't think we have sound. This is a coffee in London. They offer passengers a free coffee if you like our Facebook page. An agent is outside, you come, you like the Facebook page, and they give you free coffee. At the same time, you have a van outside with two persons that are connected. They will Google you, they will check your Instagram, check your Facebook, check your Twitter, check everything you put your data on it. And they will just hand over the information to the persons who are working in the coffee, and they will write it on your name. They won't just write your name on the cup, they will write everything about you. And it's pretty amazing what you can find from people. What I noticed is that most of them are surprised. How do you know my mother's name? How do you know that I'm Christian or Muslim? How do you know where I had coffee last night or where I went for dinner or lunch? Well, it's not very complicated. You can just ask yourself, what will you find when you Google your name? What pictures in Google Image you will find about you? Can I track you down for the last maybe 4 weeks? Can I even track your friends, your actions? What can I find? So, this brings me to some stats. Social engineering is the most efficient types of hacks. 95% of successful hacks are from social engineering. We're not talking about phishing anymore, we're talking about whaling. You target the CEO of a company. You send messages to his employees using a fake email without a domain name, and you ask them to hand over some real minutes, PV, some checks, what did we do on that project. Sometimes you can give them to transfer money, ask them to transfer money, and it happens. A big example of that, I'm gonna go back to presentation now. It's Stuxnet. Who heard about Stuxnet? Okay, few things. Okay, Stuxnet happened in 2010. Back then, this is Ahmadinejad, by the way. He's the president of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran in 2010 was on the verge of having a fully armed nuclear arsenal. So The debate was in NSA and FBI and CSI or things. How can we stop them? One thing we can do is bomb the place up. But that won't be good while delivering RPs for the White House. Yeah, we bombed Iran. So maybe we can send some agent like James Bond to go and sneak there and stuff. But what can you see here is that the facility is deep in the desert. No one really knows how to get there. So our good fellows in NSA, hackers, figured out a nice way. Why not use a computer worm to access their computers, control their centrifuges too, and make it look like everything is going well, but mess with the data, so they won't succeed in doing uranium. That's what they did. They put a virus in some USB sticks. They targeted on social media, on media. They have known all of the names of the scientists you can see there. And they tried to give them USBs. Throw them in front of their kids' schools, throw them in their routes, throw them in their alleys, before their doors, and it worked. Some of the top scientists in Iran did grab an USB stick, put it in a computer, and the worm was up and running. Before you get judgmental, let me ask you this. What would you do if you find a 32 gigabytes USB stick thrown in your way? How many of you will take it just to see what it has, or reuse it maybe and get it back running? I want to see hands. I don't think you will all live. It's a 32 gigabytes USB stick, so it's great to use now. So Ahmadinejad was firing top scientists in his nuclear program because he thought they were incompetent. But the thing is, no, there was a computer worm that was controlling computers and they can never know what's going wrong. That was great. All the NSA people thought about how to get a computer worm in, but no one actually gave it a thought what would happen if it gets out. And that's what happened. Stuxnet, as a computer worm, multiplied, made copies of himself, transformed and mutated, became W32 Stuxnet. That's for Windows 32 bytes. Don't use Windows, please. And it got out. It had the facilities in Iran, in Indonesia, in India, in USA. It got to their front door, and it got out. So, I'm going to go through some facts. I talked about some history of computers. How many computers do we have? We talked about humans as a weak link. But where did that get us? The average cost of a data breach will exceed 150 million. In 2016, cyber incidents costed twice as much as we get from car industries. That's Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, all of the sales of cars were half what we lost in cybersecurity attacks. There were a big number, no, can't even read, of breaches. And cybercrime committed globally is added to $100 billion. And it's only getting worse. We have more threats to expect. From year to year, the types of attacks, viruses, is even doubling. And it's only getting worse. Why? Let me ask you a question. You're a CEO of a company. When someone puts his CV, he's good in Node.js and in Python and I don't know what, Java. He's a good front-end or back-end developer, or he can do whatever he can. Did you or do you ask an employee of his cybersecurity culture? But this is great. He's a developer. But what if it's a secretary, or an assistant, or a commercial? I don't think that's required. So, but if you have an HR, Human Resource Department, they certainly have access to some of other employees' details, and maybe to some financial details. Yours strictly, so that's true. But how many times can we hack someone from HR and get details about other employees? That's feasible. That's not just feasible, it's easy. I can target every employee in your company. And I can get data from them. And I can manipulate them. I can show them feed or give them USB sticks like our good fellows in NSA did, things. Do you think that it's a direct question. If you have a vulnerable employee, do you think it can bring a company down or no? It's yes or no? Yes. So you can have an industry of $100 billion, good computers, good servers, the best in the world, but your employees are not that good. That can make monthly attacks go higher. And it brings me to one final thing. The human firewall. We invest on software, we invest on certifications, we invest on hardware, but no one really invests on his employees' culture of cybersecurity. And a good fellow of mine once said, nothing is more harmful for a company than a bad employee. So I tried to accelerate through this thing to leave 7 minutes for you to ask. And thanks.